Hey, what's up? My name's Lucas. I'm a photographer and filmmaker based out of West Michigan. Welcome to my channel. And if you saw my last video on the Leica Minilux, it was my first and maybe my last impressions because I got that EO2 error. Well, I have to say, I've got my Leica Minilux back from Red Dot Repair and it's good as new. I mean, it's basically a brand new camera at this point. So a couple of things to bring up. First and foremost, Red Dot Repair saw my initial video, my first review. I had already sent my camera in at the point that they had seen it, and actually, kind of ironically, the technician who worked on my camera commented on my video and was like, I'm literally putting your camera back together while I am watching your video. Kind of meta, kind of cool. Anyways, Red Dot Repair reached out to me after seeing that video, which they did not sponsor, and they wanted to sponsor my follow-up about my experience with Red Dot Repair and now having my Minilux back with me. I'm super excited because I actually have my M6 there right now getting a CLA and excited to get that back, and I can let you guys know how that experience went as well. Before we jump into this, Red Dot Repair did not tell me anything to say. They didn't impose any script or anything for me. They wanted to have my experience with using them as a service. So let me talk about that quickly. The Leica Minilux, I sent it out after I got back from my trip to Florida, and it was back door to door in less than 2 weeks. So I've actually been sitting on this camera for about a month at the recording of this video and just using it and testing it out. I've put 3 more rolls through it, which is almost double what I was able to when I first had it. And I'm just loving the ability to have this camera back, especially after seeing the initial photos that I took with it, because I'll be honest, I almost took this as just a complete wash until I saw that Red Dot Repair fixed these cameras. And I'm so thankful that I went for the 40mm Summeret version of it, because at this time they do not repair the zoom version of it. So if you are looking at buying a Minilux, I would definitely go for the 40mm Summeret version, because if that EO2 error happens, it can be repaired by Red Dot Repair, which I think is a huge benefit and a huge plus. As far as my experience sending this camera in, it was pretty standard for the most part. They didn't know whose camera they had when I sent it over. They didn't even know who I was when I sent it in. So I just sent them a DM, honestly, and they told me what to do. I wrote a little note, put it in a package, shipped it off, and a couple weeks later, it was back with me and in perfect working condition. They did, while it was open, they did do a CLA on it, cleaned the interior, cleaned the viewfinder, cleaned the lens. I'm pretty sure Rio said that there was a little bit of fungus in my lens that he was able to clear out for me. And yeah, everything is in perfect working condition. I did ask Rio, who was the technician, if I can treat this like an essentially brand new camera, and he said yes, absolutely. It has a brand new ribbon that is the communication between the lens and the shutter and the body of the camera. So I talked a little bit about what this EO2 error is in my first video, but I did learn a little bit more about it after I had a conversation with Rio, who is the technician that at Red Dot Repair who does the Minilux repairs, and he's very knowledgeable, and you can tell very passionate about the Leica Minilux camera. One of the things is that the EO2 error, like I said, is caused by a break in the ribbon over repetition of turning the camera off and on over an elongated period of time. These cameras came out in 1995. A lot of them have been being used since then, and so that's a lot of actuations between opening and closing that could add strain to that ribbon. And one of the things that Rio told me is that this is not exclusive to the Minilux. All the other point and shoots that have a motorized lens can have this EO2 error, which it's not always called EO2, but like the Contax T2 that I had mentioned before in my other video, it also has that same error. But the difference between the Minilux 40mm Summit and all the other 90s point and shoot cameras is that there's an option to get it fixed. And that option is, of course, the sponsor of this video, which is Red Dot Repair. Red Dot Repair not only works on Leica Minilux, but they also work on M rangefinders, Hasselblad, Pentax, and Widelux cameras. They also offer speedy repairs less than 1 week on Leica rangefinder digital CLAs, which include cleaning the viewfinder sensor, calibrating the rangefinder, and I mean, they go through the whole camera and make sure everything's working properly. So definitely, if you are looking for a place to send in your cameras, check out Red Dot Repair and tell them that I sent you by using code Lucas. There's not much to say other than I really enjoyed the process. I'll be honest, when I first saw that EO2 error come up, like I said in my initial video, I was pretty devastated and nervous. I was on vacation with my family and I had just bought this camera, and I really tried not to let my family know that that had happened, and they didn't, which I'm thankful for, but I was definitely on my phone searching up solutions on how to get it fixed, and I'm so thankful that Red Dot Repair is around to replace this. Here's the thing. What I've learned from this experience is that the Leica Minilux is the most reliable point and shoot film camera on the market, and it is solely based on the fact that Red Dot Repair exists and they are able to rebuild that ribbon connection. At the recording of this video, this repair costs $250. Again, I do think if you are buying a Leica Minilux that you should just factor that in to begin with, because that cost will eventually come up if you are going to use it. And I think that you can also buy the Minilux directly from Red Dot Repair, and that should come with a ribbon that's already been replaced and a full CLA, so that camera is good to go. I actually been talking to one of my friends about it, and he and his wife are picking up one of the Miniluxes today. So super excited to have them on Team Minilux as well. But at the end of the day, I'm stoked to have this camera back and excited to make more memories with it and take more pictures of my family and just my everyday life with this camera. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Red Dot Repair for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, as it does make a huge difference. And I will see you in the next video.